Coordinates 34 degrees 30 and 76 degrees 30, A, 34.5 degrees north 76.5 degrees east 34.5, 76.5 Kashmir, IPA, is the northernmost geographical region of the Indian subcontinent. Until the mid-19th century, the term Kashmir denoted only the Kashmir Valley between the Great Himalayas and the Pir Panjal Range. Today, the term encompasses a larger area that includes the Indian-administered territories of Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh, the Pakistani-administered territories of Azad Kashmir and Gilgit-Baltistan, and the Chinese-administered territories of Aksai Chin and the Trans-Karakoram Tract. In the first half of the first millennium, the Kashmir region became an important center of Hinduism and later of Buddhism. Later still, in the 9th century, Kashmir Shivism arose. In 1339, Shah Mir became the first Muslim ruler of Kashmir, inaugurating the Salatin-i Kashmir or Shah Mir dynasty. The region was part of the Mughal Empire from 1586 to 1751, and thereafter, until 1820, of the Afghan Durrani Empire. That year, the Sikh Empire, under Ranjit Singh, annexed Kashmir. In 1846, after the Sikh defeat in the First Anglo-Sikh War, and upon the purchase of the region from the British under the Treaty of Amritsar, the Raja of Jammu, Gulab Singh, became the new ruler of Kashmir. The rule of his descendants, under the paramountcy of the British Crown, lasted until the partition of India in 1947, when the former princely state of the British Indian Empire became a disputed territory. Now administered by three countries: India, Pakistan, and China. The word Kashmir was derived from the ancient Sanskrit language and was referred to as Kashmira. The Nilamata Purana describes the valley's origin from the waters, a lake called Sati Saras. A popular local etymology of Kashmira is that it is land desiccated from water. Geologists agree that the valley was formerly a lake, and the lake drained through the gap of Baramulla, which matches with the Hindu legends. An alternative etymology derives the name from the name of the Vedic sage Kashyapa, who is believed to have settled people in this land. Accordingly, Kashmir would be derived from either Kashyapa Mir or Kashyapa Meru. The word has been referenced to in a Hindu scripture mantra worshipping the Hindu goddess Sharada, and is mentioned to have resided in the land of Kashmira, or which might have been a reference to the Sharada Peeth. The ancient Greeks called the region Casperia, which has been identified with Cuspapyros of Hecataeus of Miletus and Cuspatyrus of Herodotus. Kashmir is also believed to be the country meant by Ptolemy's Casperia. The earliest text which directly mentions the name Kashmir is in Ashtadhyayi written by the Sanskrit grammarian Panini during the 5th century BC. Panini called the people of Kashmir Kashmirikas. Some other early references to Kashmir can also be found in Mahabharata, in Sabha Power, and in Puranas like Matsya Purana, Vayu Purana, Padma Purana and Vishnu Purana and Vishudhar Mottara Purana. Huionsang, the Buddhist scholar and Chinese traveler, called Kashmir Kyoshi Milo, while some other Chinese accounts refer to Kashmir as Kipin and Ekpin. Kashmir is an archaic spelling of modern Kashmir, and in some countries it is still spelled this way. In the Kashmiri language, Kashmir itself is known as Kashmir. The Government of India and Indian sources refer to the territory under Pakistan control, Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. The terms Indian-administered Kashmir and Pakistani-administered Kashmir are often used by neutral sources for the parts of the Kashmir region controlled by each country. During the ancient and medieval periods, Kashmir was an important center for the development of a Hindu-Buddhist syncretism, in which Madhyamaka and Yogachara were blended with Shivism and Advaita Vedanta. The Buddhist Mauryan emperor Ashoka is often credited with having founded the old capital of Kashmir, Srinagari, now ruins on the outskirts of modern Srinagar. Kashmir was long a stronghold of Buddhism. As a Buddhist seat of learning, the Sarvastivada school strongly influenced Kashmir. East and Central Asian Buddhist monks are recorded as having visited the kingdom. In the late 4th century CE, the famous Kuchanese monk Kumrajiva, born to an Indian noble family, studied Dirghagama and Madhyagama in Kashmir under Bandhuditta. He later became a prolific translator who helped take Buddhism to China. His mother Jiva is thought to have retired to Kashmir. Vimalaksa, a Sarvastivadin Buddhist monk, travelled from Kashmir to Kucha and there instructed Kumrajiva in the Vinaya Pitaka. Karkota Empire was a powerful Hindu empire, which originated in the region of Kashmir. It was founded by Durlabh Vardhana during the lifetime of Harsha. The dynasty marked the rise of Kashmir as a power in South Asia. Avanti Vaman ascended the throne of Kashmir on 855 CE, establishing the Utpala dynasty and ending the rule of Karkota dynasty. According to tradition, Adi Shankara visited the pre-exis